Hey, it's your favorite educator, Rashida Roberts here at the Cash Flow Convo, brought to you by Target-Financial.com, where we're talking about how to increase your cash flow and the crucial cash flow conversations about everyday finances with real people and real results. I hope everyone is doing well out there. Thanks for stopping by to get a dose of money motivation. Catch us every Thursday on your favorite podcast program. And don't forget to crush the like button, hit the keys, and leave us a comment. Tell us where you're from and share this episode with family and friends. Actually, go get your favorite drink and snacks right now and talk about this episode and start a combo of your own. Look, go to thecashflowcombo.com to check out more of our resources and to be a guest on our show. We want to hear real stories, real questions, and real results from everyday folks and even some of our experts. Now, let's dive into the Cash Flow Combo, where we target your mind and your money. All right. Look, y'all see me getting my stuff together? Yes. Look, don't let me get this production all right. And then look, I'm going to be big time. But y'all, I just want to thank everybody for being here. My name is Rashida Roberts here with Target Financial, and I help singles and educators to crush their debt. And so today we have a special guest, and I'm so excited. I'm going to be coming to you guys weekly with different guests on how to increase your cash flow and just different ways, that people are out here rocking it and, making differences. Today, we're kind of theme is, business, but how can you create cash flow by starting a design business? How can you even design 101, right? And we have a fabulous guest in the house, Miss Shalise Kenny, Mrs. Shalise Kenny. I can't wait for her to come on up. But she's just going to talk to you guys, just the beginning, the steps of how she created that. And but first, before we get there, we're going to hit up my episode because, my name starts with the R, y'all. So we're going to have the Roberts rant of the day. Okay. So I will be pulling articles, sharing my screen, and I want you guys to chime in on this, what has happened. So I'm going to be looking for these articles, and you guys gotta send them to me. I want y'all to send them to me. So let's get in here and see. Can you guys? Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that. Let's see. We're going to put it on screen here. And I am going to move it right on over. All right. Perfect. Okay. You guys should be able to see my screen. Hopefully this will work if I make it bigger. Let's see if that works. Boom. Yes, there it is. Okay. So I want y'all to watch this quick video, and then we're going to have our rant of the day. It's 2 minutes.
Vicious attack at a West Side gas station.
Thieves target a man because of the gold chain he was wearing. Tonight he's talking with our Tim Pamplin, who joins us from the scene with the night cam. Tim.
It was a typical afternoon here at this West Warren gas station in Detroit near Grand Boulevard. Customers coming in, flinging with gas, buying lottery tickets. It was a favorite spot for our victim, Jamal. Customer walks in, shakes his hand, a couple more customers behind. The guy in the black, pay close attention to him. And his buddy right behind. They're looking for some easy pickings. And Jamal is their target.
I hit the lottery.
Jamal won $30,000 on the Michigan lottery, bought himself a $20,000 necklace. You see he's wearing it there. He's heard of people getting robbed for their jewelry.
Yeah, it's a thing. So I was just looking around, making sure nobody was trying to get my chain,
But they did get his chain. He walks out the store. The suspects were waiting.
So I ran back, tried to get back into the gas station. They had grabbed me, tackling me down.
A particularly vicious attack, punching him, kicking him, getting him to the ground, ripping off his gold.
They took off running and jumped in their car and took off down Warren.
The gas station owner says he recognized that tall guy in that black top. A few months back, he was in the store. There he is in the white hoodie this time, and his MO was exactly the same. Scope out somebody with some jewels. Here, this man walking towards the store, grabs his necklace and runs away. Investigators believe he lives in the area. We're asking anybody who knows who he is to please give them a call. And that's the scene on the west side with the night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
All right, y'all. Okay, look. Okay, looks like my system is acting up here. Hopefully you guys can hear me. All right, mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? All right, cool. All righty. So, look, y'all saw that. You saw it. It said that he won the lottery. He won $30,000 in the lottery, and he went and spent $20,000 of it on a gold chain. What's up with that? Like, seriously. I mean, do y'all think that is appropriate? Is that something that we should be doing? $20,000 on the gold chain. Okay, the reason why I say this is the rant of the day is because, you know, when we think about, you know, we always want to level our lifestyles up and want to do different things. And, you know, we're always talking about more money. We need more money. But, you know, first of all, let me just say I'm glad he's okay. All right. I'm glad he's okay. But we got to do better. Okay. You won. Several things that's wrong with that I feel is that, one, you already know that your area is already infested with thieves, right? You know they gonna get you. It's like, you know, I know you want the Jordans and all of this, but you know people getting killed over their Jordans, right? You know, why put yourself at risk? Nobody helped him. Nobody helped the brother. And we always talking about brotherly love, and we want to be out here treating our people better than what we treat, you know, how we talk about the laws and all of that. So everybody just watch, right? We never want to get in. Hands up. We ain't doing nothing, right? So it's like a catch-22. But 3, you spent $20,000 on a gold chain to do what? To flex? Now everybody like, he can do what he want with his money. Hey, he sure can. But again, people, we're talking about generational wealth and building generational wealth. We got to start making some changes, and we have to start making some different choices. And part of those choices are, you know, scaling down. You know, think about the future and where it is. Now, do I know what his stash looks like, his bank account? No, but on the surface, we can just look that was not the best choice to invest, to put his money in. Okay. And what a lot of our community does, we invest in things that we can walk around with, stuff that's not going to pay us or give us a return on our investment. Now, return on investment got him robbed, pushed to the ground, you know, like that's put his life in danger. That's the return on investment that he got. But we could have put that in so many other places. And, you know, I don't think that's just one incident. You know, we got to think about so many different people, you know, and a lot of times is when people are gambling, they are spending a lot of money to win. And so we just got to make choices. He could have got a better return on his money. He could have, you know, looked for foreclosed houses and probably been able to buy a foreclosed house, flipped it or something like that, you know. But I know everybody doesn't have the same mentality, buy something that's going to yield and make a return. All right. So I'm going to leave it right there. I'm just glad that the brother is safe, but we gotta start doing better, especially with all the things that people are saying are coming along, you know, like there's a lot of information about, we're going to be hitting a crash or whatever. And, we're still in this pandemic. And, there's just so many things. So keep your eyes open, prep, stock up. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but we definitely have to make better moves and, stop spending for today and look for tomorrow. All right. That is the Roberts rant. The Roberts rant of the day. We are we're done with that. All right, we're done with that. So, but y'all can go look that up. The Detroit man wins 30,000 lottery, but buys a $20,000 chain. So yeah, but it gets snatched. All righty. So I'm gonna bring up my guest. I want y'all to give it up for Miss Shalise Kenny. Wait, I'm sorry, Mrs. Shalise Kenny. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing?
Awesome. Look, y'all, I've known Shalise for about, oh my gosh, man, the time has flown by. I think since 2017, 2017 or 2018. Yeah. So it's been about 3 or 4 years. Yeah, no, it's been 2017. Yeah. It actually has. So it's been 4 years. And honey, we have been through some stuff. But always
right. Have we?
Yes, she is. She's a really sweetheart, honest. We've had great conversations, always encouraging somebody. And but during that time, both of us have become entrepreneurs, and I think that's just funny, like not funny, but it's amazing. Like both of us have become entrepreneurs. And so I just gonna yield the mic to her for just a few seconds to introduce who she is and what she does. But by way of Houston, Texas, this is Miss Shalise Kenny, owner of Deshays Creations. So I want you guys to just take a moment so she can introduce herself, tell you who she is, where she's from, and how you guys can reach out to her. And then I have a couple of questions for her, and then she's gonna tell you about how to start a design company and t-shirts and things like that. All right, it's on you, Queen.
All right. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Shalise Kenny, and I am with Deshays Custom Creations. You can reach me on Instagram and also Facebook at Deshays Custom Creations, just how it's spelled by my name. I'm in Houston, Texas, originally from the Midwest, Gary, Indiana. And I have a custom creation business. So we provide custom shirts, logos, anything, party favor related, anything you could think of that is something custom made, unique for your special day, a birthday party, wedding, etc. We make those custom creations to your satisfaction. And that's a little bit about the company. I started about maybe 2 years ago as a little back history, and it was just looking for just some extra income. I was like at a job, and I was just like so over the job because it was just super overworked, underpaid. And I was listening to a sermon one day, and he was talking about, become your own business owner. And me, myself, I support so many other businesses. Like I love different shirts and different creations. And it's something I always wanted to do, but was just like, oh, I don't know how to get started. So God just dropped it in my spirit, connect me with the right people. And I was able to start the business, which was a total blessing. Like I said, going 2 years strong. It'll make 3 years in February. And I mean, it's something that I don't regret. I love it. It's fun. I can enjoy it with my kids. They're my employees. Like we just make it happen. So that is just a little of the back history of Deshays Custom Creations. Your mic.
All right. So
okay.
I love it. Because a lot of people won't step out there on faith. And, first of all, you said you heard it from a sermon.
Yeah, so I was listening to a sermon when I did live in Dallas, and he was talking about the pandemic. You know, he was prophesizing, saying how everyone needed to start their own business, and you need to have something to fall back on, which was so. It was like
But this
it
was before the
manifested.
pandemic.
Yes, it was before COVID, so it was like okay, and God would just like do it. So I like okay, and I did it, and like maybe not even a year later, that's when the pandemic like hit. That's when
Wow.
I was out of work. I had moved back to Houston, and that is what was keeping me afloat. And I mean, I never went without. Like God was blessing my business. He's still blessing it, but it was through a sermon. Yes, it was through a
Wow.
sermon that this pastor prophesied and was telling everybody to start a business. And
Look,
I'm
first of
like,
all, you need to drop who this pastor was because I'm always talking about, look, stop telling us about giving, 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 giving. We need to know how to get the bag too and how to invest it because we always learn just about one side of the coin. And so that I'm so excited that you said that because you know that's just something that we need to be teaching and not, you know,
yeah,
I love to give, but and let me not say, but I love to give, period. Okay.
period. Yes,
But we need to know more than just giving of ourselves. We need to know a little bit more to the story or whatever. Um,
correct.
so yeah, that's great. Look, before we get started into digging into your stuff, first of all, I want to ask you, okay, what did you think about the rant of the day? What do you think about that?
So that ran, I saw that, and I was sitting here like, I could just smack him. I could just smack, because, like you said, yes, that is your money, no doubt, no diggity. But my thing is like, dude, you out here trying to get the clot, and now you have all that money, like you said. If let me get 30, I'm finna invest in some stuff. I'm finna, like you said, I found out a couple years back about the foreclosed housing market, how you can buy a whole house for like $6,000. It's yours. All you paying is back tax, and it's yours. You can flip that house and get. And actually, I'm still interested in doing something like that. That's like one of my future things to do is to invest in one of them houses, a fixer upper, or some of them houses you don't even have to do stuff but cosmetic. Some of these houses ain't as raggedy as you think. They be some nice houses for the low. So it was kind of like I felt like it was a smack in the face, for a big smack in the face for him. And I think it was kind of like a setup because dude, how people know where you at and like all this. And he probably was out there boasting and bragging. Like that's why sometimes you really have to move in silence. That is like a key of a lot of stuff. Moving in silence is a big factor that people don't understand. You ain't got to tell all your business. And he seemed like the type, oh yeah, I got this. Hey, look at my chain, trying to be all in the mix.com is what I'm gonna call him. In the mix.com. That's his new name. But I feel bad that it happened. Like you said, God, thank God he wasn't hurt. But yeah, I just wish he would have invested it a little better and got a better return. Cause now that's like all your money.
Right,
You can't get no, you ain't got no insurance on it. You ain't got no way to get your money back now. So what you finna
right.
do?
And you got to have your receipts to claim the loss on
But
your
who's
tax.
even say that they're gonna even give it to him because it's a
Right.
chain? They're gonna be like,
Yeah, that's true.
a
That's true.
chain, this is what you got. So, it's nothing of a big value, in the American world. Let's just be honest.
Right. Yeah.
It's not a car, it's not a house, it's a chain, something that's considered cosmetic,
Right. And if you take
materialistic.
it back to the pawn shop, like how much would they actually give it? Give
Not no 20,000. He
no,
may
they're
get
not gonna give you
half.
20,000. No.
They gonna get maybe 10,000, maybe depending on how they,
It depends on how
appraise
desperate
it.
you are. Yeah, and how desperate you are. Because they will throw out some low numbers, but yeah.
Of
So,
course,
but
that was
all right,
crazy.
that's
But
our
I like
rant.
that. The rant of the day, like that's what's up. That's interesting. Like I like that top. You need to do those, yeah, weekly. Look, I'm gonna send you some stuff because there's a lot of stuff I want to rant about on this internet. Okay.
Yes, definitely. That's great. So I love the fact that you started your business beforehand. A lot of people say that you can't, not everybody's meant for entrepreneurship. Well, if you're not meant for entrepreneurship, guess what? You can still buy into companies, right? And you can
Yeah.
still own a piece of you can own a piece of a company. So you can invest in a stock if you're not interested in entrepreneurship. But you started your design company, and can you tell us a little bit about? Well, you told us a little bit about why you started it, and so what were some of the steps that you had to take, like some of the beginning steps to take in order to get into the design business?
Well, when I first started, definitely do your research. I had to research like what are the key essentials I need to start and then to be able to create a product for the consumers, for my customers and my clients. So I did my research. Like I got into a couple of craft groups. I asked questions. I did my own personal research on, YouTube, like how to make things and how to do this. And it was actually, like I said, I really think this was meant for me because I was buying shirts from a lady, a shirt who did custom shirts and things. And she was a single mom of twins and she had carpal tunnel in her hand. So we had just started talking one day. We were just talking about, a topic I ain't gonna go deep in, but how we just had been part of, domestic violence and how, she had these two, lovely babies, but it was not by a way she wanted. But she didn't want to abort them. So here she is. She's not working, and she has a custom creation business. She was making shirts, but she had problems with her hands. She was always tired. So we just got to talking. I was like, oh, I've always wanted to do this. So she was like, well, if you come over and help me, I'll show you how to create a shirt and you can make your own shirts. And then I would help her with her orders. So I was helping her with her orders, learning how to do the shirts, but then she would be like, oh, well, you don't have to pay me for that shirt. Here, this is yours. So it just kind of, once I kind of got the backlog of it, I was like, this is something I really want to do. Because me, I like custom items. I don't like looking like everybody else. I ain't trying to wear the Nike that either. I want my own shirt. I can put something
Look, y'all,
on
she
there.
ain't coming because I seen her. I hold on. Let me say it like this. I synced her. Okay.
Like
So,
this one said, she
they
got a
always
mad
got different
hustle.
t-shirts, doing it up,
Yes.
all of
So
that.
people, and that's advertising. Like I'm my own walking advertisement because I made this cute short set one time and went out of town. Everybody's like, oh my God, here's my card. Here you go. And that's how I grew. But I just wanted to make my own clothes. Then for like events like birthday parties, this and that, you want a birthday shirt, or my kids want something, or my aunt, so I just was like, okay. So back to the original question, I did my research. I priced the basic stuff I needed at the beginning, and I was like, okay. So yes, I was working a 9 to 5, and it was like around the tax time and stuff, and I was kind of in between. Was I gonna go back to Houston, or was I gonna stay in Dallas? So what I initially did is like I heard that sermon, like go out and start a business. So then what I do, I started planning. I brainstormed the name, I brainstormed what was I gonna provide, and I just started executing. And so I bought up what I call the starter kit. So I bought my basic starter kit of so I guess I'll tell y'all because I'm sure that's a question how you start, but I'll answer ahead of time. So I started off, I got me a laptop, I got me the actual machine to cut, and I got me a heat press, and I got me a regular inkjet printer. So that was like the four key items I needed, like big, material wise, to make custom shirts.
Okay, so you said a laptop, a machine.
A heat press, and
uh,
I had an inkjet printer, and I got an inkjet printer.
okay, an inkjet printer. Gotcha.
So those are like the four, beginning essentials that I would recommend if you're looking into starting designing to get started. And then after, of course, you do that, you are going to, of course, go get the actual material, like the vinyl and the t-shirts, to make your items that you're, wanting to sell. And so it started from there. And then, like I said, Facebook was a good platform of learning stuff. Like Facebook and YouTube. YouTube is like the best. If you want to learn how to make a shirt, how to do this, how to do that, Facebook is going to be your friend because it's going to tell you. I mean, not Facebook, Facebook and YouTube will like walk you through step by step on how to make a shirt from start to finish.
Okay.
So that was a lot of the training that I did use as well.
So you went for the free 99 to get your training. But you know what I love about it? What some people probably missed out of that is, you know, first, because I did kind of jot down, you did your research. Okay. After the research, you know, you joined some groups to try to survey the land, like I would like to say. Then you started talking to people, you know, you got a network. Networking is a great place to start, to help you jog, you know, get different ideas. And I've met a lot of great people just by, sometimes it's like a comment in the section or whatever, and I'm like, hey, I'm sending you a DM, can I ask you a question or whatever, to get more information. And so like I've met, you know, the guy that I had on the previous week, he went over, you know, how to set up your portfolio, like your brokerage account. And we met just by, because I saw his comments in, you know, a larger group. And you know, I look for people. I look for people. But talking with other people is great. And then the one thing that you said that most people won't do is you were actually an apprentice. The lady showed you how to make the shirt, and you were willing to go over there and, you know, do it, work it with her. But you see how that's abundant thinking, right? It wasn't like, oh, you can't, if I show her how to do this, then she's gonna be digging into, you know, my cash flow and my customers and stuff like that. You know, like people think, right? And they won't show you what they need, you know, what you need to show you. And, you know, a lot of times, y'all know there are some big ticket prices to do a lot of things out here, you know, to get under somebody and get coaching a lot of times. But a lot of times, some of that coaching does not yield any results. And you will pay thousands and thousands of dollars, and you won't have, you know, you won't have an end product. You know, you don't have anything to brag about because, you know, and so, so being able to be with someone genuine to just say, hey, look, you know, come over, I will show you this or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that you should not pay for coaching, because there definitely is, that's an investment. And some people will put you in the right spot, in the right place. You know I went through a speaking class, and that definitely helped me, you know, be able to even have this platform right here, right? So you gotta check people's receipts, is what they say. Check the receipts and make sure they're doing their due diligence. And we have to do our due diligence by, you know, asking people. But hey, and then you said, look, hit them up, because I take notes. Look, if y'all know nothing, oh man, I don't know why it's not showing. Oh yeah, but I take me some notes. So you got to take notes when people are giving you gems. So using a laptop, the heat press, the inkjet printer, and you need a machine for your t-shirts. So how do you think, what's like the startup cost for what do you think? I guess basic, if somebody was thinking about starting design company and you're starting off with t-shirts, what do you think the basic a good amount to like a start?
A good amount
money, yeah.
I would say you can really take $1,000, and it may not even be that much to start off, because a lot of people already have a laptop and a printer, and you don't even have to have a laptop. You can even do this on a desktop. I was just saying a laptop because I didn't have either. And then when you're buying a heat press and when you're buying the actual cutter, well, it's two different cutters. It's the Cricut cutter, or if you're doing even the Silhouette, that's going to probably be your big item, is the heat press and the cutter, because most people already have a printer and most people already have a computer. So that kind of you already look 2 steps ahead.
Right.
And I was really blessed to have a lot of people show me the game for free. Look, like in these groups, and when I was in Dallas, there was this girl, her name was Sasha, and she used to invite crafters over. She had a group called Crafting Besties, and she is on Facebook, and she would like let us come over. She would show us what she knew. She would give us free stuff, like, here, try this, try that. So it was like I was really blessed in the beginning with getting a lot of help. And that's why that is something that I do. If anyone has ever, like, I've helped a couple of people, start there. Anybody that has ever had a question, I don't have that. I know you were talking about it earlier. I call it the crab in the bucket mentality. I don't have that because my clientele is not going to ever be your clientele. Your clientele is not going to be my clientele. What I do is not what you do. What you do is not So I'm all for helping people because I feel you have to get a blessing, you got to be a blessing. Like, that is like a value that I always live by. So even like I had a little class with a couple of friends who wanted to start a business. So they all came to the house and I'm showing them how to do a shirt. I feel like a teacher. I put it up on the TV. And this class is and I enjoy it though. So
Right.
eventually I would want to do something like that and have a classroom. And of course you have to, I have paid for, training. I have invested in people who charge and pay for stuff because it
Mhm.
takes money to make money. So, everything I got wasn't for free, but I respect it because people did their research, they do their craft. So of course some people are gonna charge. So I don't know where I was going with that, but just to say, to start off, you just need to basically definitely have a determination and love it. But it's really a fun and relaxing thing. I didn't think it was it was like, that was my calm. Like, I would catch myself when I first started. I get off work, I go home, be making a shirt. It'd be 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, I gotta go to sleep.
Right. And I would suggest to anybody who, maybe you don't have $1,000, but what maybe could you do to get the $1,000? You could ask 10 people for $100, right? And you could offer them like, hey, I might not in the first year or two, I won't be able to give back to you, but if I could return it to you in, okay, each quarter, I'll give you a free t-shirt designed however you want to, because usually most of your custom t-shirts are going to cost you about $25. So, hey, I'll give you a t-shirt every quarter. That's for this first year. And, like, if I'm doing really well, maybe I'll throw in a second year for free, and do it that way, as opposed to let people know that they're investing and putting the seed in. And that's you're probably going to have $100 is not a lot of money. It really isn't. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't a lot of money. It is not. But for people who don't have it, I know it's a grandiose amount when you don't have it. Because trust me, I've been negative in that bank account. I've been like, ooh, it's 6 cents, and I got like 5 more days. Look, I've been
I'm an old jacket. And then also another nugget I can give. A lot of times, people, if you go on Facebook Marketplace, offer up these little sites like that, people are selling this stuff for cheaper than the in-store prices. Mm-hmm. So you can find a typical Cricut machine gonna be like $250, maybe $300. But I've known people reselling their Cricut because they upgraded, may sell it for $80, $100. Mm-hmm. So always check your different markets, like offer up Craigslist, Marketplace, because people resell stuff all the time. And actually, when I got my bigger heat press, that was a blessing. My sister actually bought that for me. So she invested in me enough to buy that for me for a birthday gift. So I've gotten blessed with all kind of stuff. And you never know. People don't even know you're interested in stuff like that. You don't know who will invest in you.
Right. That's
my
true.
daughter, she bought my new silhouette machine. I was like, okay, daughter. Yeah, like she had got her little money. She bought my
come through, Kim.
I said, okay. So like I said, a lot of new materials I've gotten from like when I started to now. Some things were like people sewing into me. People, believing in my craft. Like, okay, it's your birthday. Is this? I'm gonna buy it for you. And and that's just type of person I am. Like, when I know someone's starting, I'll be like, here, look, who want to start right now? We got a whole bunch of shirts and vinyl. I got that part. So
Yeah. So look, that is wonderful, guys. So I want y'all to listen.
yeah.
$1,000 to start a business that's probably yielding, well, I've seen the stuff that she's doing, so I know it's yielding way more than $1,000. And if it kept her sufficient throughout the pandemic, when people couldn't,
Mhm.
go into the office and couldn't go to work and things like that. And so we have to think about those investments. And so I got a couple of questions for you. So when you think about you starting a business, what were some of the benefits? What have been some of the benefits that you have seen from starting a business?
Definitely more financial freedom, having that extra cash, not robbing Peter to pay Paul, because a lot of times, you're working and you're not really getting paid what you want, but you're having to live to pay.
So I was hearing you saying living paycheck to paycheck. We can't see you at the moment. So we'll wait for her to come back. But I want you guys to hear a couple of things that she said is that,
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Okay,
freedom.
sorry, my thing.
No
Yeah,
problem.
but yeah, the living it was a financial freedom, like having that extra money now to be able to get stuff I want, take that vacation, not always stressing the bills. So it's always good to have extra. Who don't want extra money? Even to save, to put aside money. That was a big thing for me, having that savings now where I don't have to be like, oh, can't buy this on this day, gotta wait till this day.
Look, you're talking my love language now.
So that was the biggest thing for me is like, yeah, I still have a 9 to 5, I do, but that extra cash always is a blessing. Like, look, you take you a little vacation, or you want to go out to dinner. You may not have been able to go out to dinner because you just had to pay rent, car, and all this. But hey, if you got that extra savings, that little extra, freedom money, you're able to do a little bit more.
Right. And it opens up your opportunities to different things. Not only can you
To
have an
different
emergency
things.
fund, save, but now, like, once you actually get to a point where you want to put that money into real estate investments, right? So it's
Yeah,
definitely. And a lot of people don't know that there's so many benefits to having a business because there are two tax laws. Two tax laws are one for employees and the other is for business owners. And the reason why business owners get so many benefits is because they take the risk. They take the risk of having employees, of paying those employees, the insurance money, and different things like that. Also, so when you look at how much they were given last year during the height of the pandemic, there were billions of dollars set aside for business owners to be able to pay their employees, for business owners to be able to deal with the loss that they are experiencing and endured. And guess what? Some of those funds that they receive, they don't have to pay those back. Some of the loans that they receive are best. You get the best loans, the best terms of service when you have a business. You will have, you won't have to pay it back until, like, sometimes you'll get a deferment of a year or two, right? And your interest rate that they were offering me last year was 1%. Okay, 1%.
Exactly.
People have gotten loans to upgrade their businesses for $50,000, $80,000.
Exactly.
Small business owners. Now, a lot of small business owners missed out last year because some of these bigger companies actually swooped in and got some of the small business money. But at the same time, look what the citizens were offered. What were you offered? You got what, $1,200, $1,400 stimulus check? And how often did that come? How many of those stimulus checks did we receive last year, just in 2020? What was it, like one or two?
It was two.
It was two. Think about because there are plenty of people who did not work the year, probably worked, most that couldn't go back to work for most of that time. 2 stimulus checks was not enough. Was definitely not enough. Now, just other people getting $80,000, $100,000. Yes, they have businesses, but the moratorium for their, their businesses, everything is stacking up. So
yeah,
business is very lucrative. Another thing I heard you say earlier is that you hired your kids. That is a big, huge deduction that a lot of businesses can get as well. So what happens with when you hire your kids, if your kids are under 18, you can hire them, pay them up to $12,500 because that's how much the IRS says that you can pay without having to pay taxes on that for a underage kid who is in a domestic business, which is at your home-based business, because you can do t-shirts out your home, y'all. And that will be able to, and now everything that you used to give them for, to eat out, to get clothes, to run to the store, whatever it is, go Christmas shopping, when they have these things at school they need to do, all kinds of stuff, right? All of that can go funneled through that account, because guess what? You're still the guardian and you still have access and control over that account where you're putting, if you're paying them, you pay them, but they use the money that they're getting paid, on all their other stuff. Yeah. But what you're paying them is an expense to the business. And because it's an expense to a business, guess what? Write off. Okay. Write off. Now, what if they took those same $12,500 and put it in the IRA? Like, when your child is younger. So it's like, this is what wealthy people do. They streamline their taxes. They talk to their tax planner. They make sure that, they are getting that they're making sure that they're not overpaying in taxes, because that's how Amazon in 2018 was able to get $129 million rebate and pay zero taxes on billions of dollars of profits. And so we have to be, we are not large scale like some of these companies, but we still can do it on a smaller scale and still win. You can still win at the game. And so now that, with also, I'm going to let you finish, but, she can use her house as a deduction, the part where she does.
Yeah, you sure can. It's office space, electricity, Wi-Fi.
Tell them
your rent, even your rent. You can write off your rent, your internet, your electricity. Even when you go, like now, when I go out to lunch, I don't care who I'm going out to lunch with. That's a business meeting. As long as you say something about your business, there's so many write-offs.
She's intentional about her business to make it a business, so that way she can write it off. And this year, 100% of your eating out receipts, 100% of that is tax deductible. It used to be 50%, but for 2021 and I think for 2022. They are now check with your accountant. It's 100% of that, and you just have to keep good records. Now I'm bad at the record part, but I keep my.
I'm working on that. I'm working.
But I know. I just have to write it down. Like why was this purchased? Why did I do this or whatever? So you do have to keep good records, because that's how a lot of businesses, we do leave a lot of money on the table when we don't keep good records. And then there's a section. What is it? I think it's called Section 729 or something like that. There's a section that will allow you to buy, vehicle or machinery and put it into your business. And you can take the whole thing off as long as you put it into your business within that same calendar year.
Business name.
Before December 31st.
Yeah, So it's a lot of incentives with being your own boss and being a business owner and working out of your home. You don't have to hire, you don't have to have a building to have employees. And I actually learned that listening to a networking, and the lady was telling about how to hire your kids. And my kids was already helping me, because they just enjoy doing it, especially like my son, my daughter, and they was like, why not hire them? Because I paid them like an employee anyway. So I'm like, okay, let's get this on record so we're getting a return on that. And I've also taught my kids, like both of my kids are business owners. So my daughter, her business is Shanae Inc. and she does the lashes, makeup, and she's doing nails. And my son is DJ's VIP executive mobile detailing. So he started a mobile detailing car wash. So I'm also teaching my kids at this age about credit, about being their own boss. And they are, my son just turned 18, my daughter's 20, but she's been her own boss for about 2 years now. She's, she's like enhancing, every year she adds on something. This year was the whole nail thing. But yeah, teach your kids, and like y'all are learning together while you're starting your business. Take your kids through that road, take them through the steps so they understand this is what you do. You teach them how to pay themselves and how to invest back into the business. To like, you have to, like I said, make money. You got to reverse it back into your business to get better items, but it's building every time. You put so much to save and you pay yourself so much. You're financing, you're teaching them. You're teaching them financial education. You're teaching them about their credit. You're teaching them about, financial freedom, saving. Like my daughter, I think I scared her so much about credit. She didn't even want to get a credit card. I was like, your credit is your this. And I was like, because I didn't learn this stuff in school. They don't teach that in school about credit. And if I would have knew then what I know now, I would have took a little bit more. I would have paid a little more attention to my credit instead of now. About a couple years ago, I had to start fixing my credit, which is getting better. But I was like, if I would have knew, like my biggest thing right now is this school debt. If I would have knew
exactly,
that school debt was gonna put me where I am now,
girl. Look,
I
no,
would've said, forget that. Forget them loans. Forget them student loans. Bye. If I couldn't afford it and just paid for school, I would have did that. Now I have all the debt that I'm working on trying to get off. But like I said, I wish they had these financial classes, and like that's why I appreciate Rashida, because it's like I feel a good market for you would be financial classes for our young people.
Yeah,
because they don't know.
I'm working. I am working.
Like they really
that I want to work on.
Like,
yeah.
What's that? I thought, like, when I told my kids credit, my daughter was like, "What's that?" And I said, "Let me break it down." So, yeah, I teach my kids about all that, and who don't want an extra source of income?
Well, look, I looking at some of these people sitting at home who don't want to go back to work. Look, but I can't. It's a catch-22 on that too, because hey, if you're getting a better paycheck, like you gotta look at it from the numbers aspect. Like I go to work and I get paid less. Like that don't make sense to me. So I'm gonna stay home. So I understand that, but yeah, I understand it, because most people actually would be able to get out of debt if they got about $500 more in their accounts every single month. And so, man, there's just so many lucrative opportunity when it for business. So if you have that hunger, definitely look at it, because they aren't teaching it in school. And I'm getting my stuff together. So not only can I do my group coaching, individual coaching. I think I'm going to stick to group coaching, but I definitely always want to help the babies out. I feel like if I help the moms and the parents, then I can get the kids. Because but definitely that's something that I want to do, and I can't wait to just get all my systems together to do that. All right, so I have just like one or two more questions for you. All right, so being in business and thinking about starting off over the last 2 years, actually you making it over the 2-year hump is a big deal, because a lot of businesses close down within their first 2 years. So congratulations. And y'all, wait, look, we did congratulations, Miss Kenny. Mrs. Kenny just got married yesterday, y'all, on July the 13th. Let's see that ring. Let's see that ring. Congratulations, Queen. Yes.
Thank you.
I love to see us getting married, and yeah, I love it. I love to see all of that. So that's great. All right. So what are some difficulties that people may have, when they start business? Like, what's something that you struggle with the most, I guess I would say, as a business owner?
Consistency, because you're gonna have some good weeks where the orders are like boom, 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 and then you're gonna have some weeks where it's just like I ain't got one order. Dang, my business ain't doing good. So it gets discouraging because you're gonna have the up and down. Like when I first started off my business, I had quit my job. Like it was booming. Pandemic hit, I had to go back to work. I had to get more ready. But definitely the most discouraging part is you're gonna have them good weeks and you're gonna have them bad weeks. But you have to keep just putting one foot in front of the other. Regardless if it's going slow or not, you have to get your name out there. You have to strategize. You have to set small goals. Okay, well, for this month, I want to bring in this many orders. How can I do that? You have to advertise. Being a business owner is not for the weak in faith. You have to have the faith. You have to put it. Faith without work is dead, period. It ain't going to just fall in your lap. You got to get out there, pass out them cards, have your talk, your initial talk speech, advertise your business. Like I'm always with a shirt, a hat, or something.
Girl,
People are like, oh, where'd
the
you get
whole
that
word.
from? Where'd you get that from? So you have to definitely put the work in. It ain't gonna just come to you. And all these people who out here making it seem like, oh yeah, I'm making all this money. Trust me, they went through some bad before it got good. Like ain't nobody business just pop off the muscle. See, and that's why I wish a lot more people who are really up and higher would tell about that struggle time. Because a lot of these youth are like, oh, well, they making millions of dollars. Oh, yeah, but they went through some broke stuff. Like with Steve Harvey explaining his story, that was a powerful story. He talked about how he was homeless and how he had to sleep in a car and how he had to go to shelters. But now he's doing very well. He's a very successful person. And there's so many other people in this, that's making these major dollars. They didn't get it just silver spoon in their mouth. Everybody ain't got that silver spoon with their parents. Oh, here's $1 million. Go do what you want. No, So the struggle is definitely the blessing because everybody has struggled. Any successful person has struggled. It look pretty now, but yeah, the backstory I'm sure isn't the best.
Amen.
So you definitely have to put the work in. You have to.
Yeah.
We don't. It ain't no. And you're gonna get a whole bunch of no's. No, make the no your motivator. Don't make a no a discourager. No is a motivator for you to get out there and go a little harder.
Yep. Woo, go hard on the paint.
Go hard. Look, the no is the hard.
We could just talk about that, because it is definitely, the struggle is definitely real. I have cried real tears, real tears. You feel like a failure. You feel like a failure. Because we've been taught so much to go to work. We've been taught how to go make somebody else's business successful. But when you turn around and actually try to show up and have the audacity to show up for yourself and to root for yourself and promote yourself and market yourself and sell yourself, man, it's a totally different world. No, even people can tell you about the struggle, but they really can't tell you about the struggle because you got to go through it to actually know what it is. But you have to continue. Success is for the people who never give up. You have to keep going. Yes. You have to keep going until you get to where you never stop. You just never quit. You just keep going because there's no option. There is failure is not an option. And so if you want to be in business, you have to, and you do have to develop that tough skin, that resiliency. Because I know right now in my beginning stages, trying to help people with their finances. I'm not going to say that it's difficult. I just know that I have certain areas and skills I need to work on. And my audience needs to see that it's a valuable. It's we need to learn these things. So we can.
And a lot of people want to see that. They want to see the success before they invest.
Right.
A lot of people want to see, well, let me really see how this is going to work out before I go invest in this because, Yeah, it sounds good, but is it really what she's saying, or is it like a flex? A
Right.
lot of people like they want to see the fame and the fortune before they're gonna invest their money, and then you have to know the people who are gonna support you is not always the people you think.
Yeah, you better say that because
It
I
ain't the
have
family. It
on
ain't
my
the best
wall.
friends. I mean,
Look,
I get more business from strangers and word of mouth. I mean, my family does support me. Don't let me put out, but I get more business from people who are strangers, like networking. So
right,
don't be your feelings hurt if you're not getting that support from
right.
people you think gonna support you.
Yeah, and you have to think
And
about
that's something else. You know,
before you came into wherever you're coming into. What was your community of people, your circle doing? If you were you out partying, were you out drinking, were you out doing this? Were you even bit like? Because Shalise and I have known each other for 4 years.
exactly.
We actually were thinking about businesses 4 years ago. It was just a thing. Remember, we were about to start
We
a
was.
whole I actually, the person that I was going to talk to, she has her own whole business now,
Yeah.
just helping people start businesses. And I love her company, her brand. Her name's Christy Staples. And that's who the person that I was hooking us up with to, get started on, how people can
Mm-hmm.
start being entrepreneurs. So it was a seed thought then, but look at us
Mm-hmm.
now. Look at the conversations that we're having now.
Now. Exactly.
Position and the disposition that we're at now. So it is,
Yeah.
guys, look, it's amazing. Look, we
And
can't stay here.
it was a quote. It was a quote that someone put on Facebook. They said, "Delete the friends and add strangers."
Oh yeah,
And it
definitely,
made
definitely.
so much sense. You got all these friends that they're not on what you're on. Sometimes you got to
Right.
delete the friends and family and add some strangers, because when you do that, them strangers gonna be more motivated. I got people I ain't never even met before. We best friends. We call each other bro and sis and sister and sis. Ain't never met them, but they support me. So it's
Right.
all about getting out there networking, and it's also you're gonna lose, but you have to. The key is learn from your losses. Every loss is not a bad thing.
Exactly.
Losses are good things. You just have to learn through that loss. Okay, I lost this, but what did I gain? So that's another thing, because you're gonna have some losses, you're gonna have some setbacks, but you gotta learn and keep moving forward is the main thing. Keep moving forward.
All right. Now, this last question is because y'all look, we got to get out of here. But I just wanted Shalise to let you guys know what she has upcoming. What's upcoming for you. What are some other? I know there's some other things that you have upcoming and that you do. Because your t-shirt company is just the Shays Creations is one aspect. You actually do a couple other things. What are some things that you do, and where can people find you? As you end, and just give us one gem that you would like to leave with the people.
So some other things I do, I also do. I'm a master life coach, and I'm a mentor, and that's with A Piece of Grace. And I also am a notary and loan signing agent. So I was able to be blessed, like with my custom creation business, to bless and get 2 other businesses. One gem I would say is just do it. That's it. Just do it. The anxiety, the fear of everyone, just get out there and do it. Just start somewhere. And once you open your mouth, a closed mouth will never get fed. Once you put it out there what you want to do, you'll be extremely like amazed at how many people's willing to say, come on, come on, come on. Anybody who even wants have questions about starting a t-shirt business, I will help you. I'm not charging. My name is Shalise Kenny on Facebook. Inbox me. My number's up there. It's 832-495-2442 is my business phone. You can reach out to me any questions you have about starting a business or anything. I'm willing to ask any questions I can, and if I can't ask it, I'll be willing to help you find someone who can answer it for you. But yes, my gem of the day is get out there and let's get this financial freedom. Back to you, Rashida.
Look, all right now, look, you're saying my special words. I speak my special words. Yes. Look, y'all.
Hey, Rashida did teach me that word, financial freedom.
But
Right.
guys, seriously, I love it. I love it because everybody thinks, my show is called the Cash Flow Combo Podcast, and my goal is really to have all kinds of people on here. Even if a lot of people ask, that I've been asking to be on the show, they're like, well, what am I going to talk about? I was like, look, we all have money go through our hands. We all need to be able to have an opinion about it. We all need to be able to learn about it and from it and different things. Everybody has a voice, and there's something different that we can learn from everybody. Everybody has a money story. And so I have experts on, that I'll be bringing up. I have, just regular folks, because regular folks got a money story, and, but a lot of times we don't talk about these around our tables. Money is filled with shame, a lot of shame. Somebody said, and we were talking about debt the other day. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, Tuesday, we were talking about debt in Clubhouse. And somebody was like, the stench of that. I was like, ooh, I gotta steal that, because ooh, yes, that stench of debt is just a sting. But I definitely appreciate you for coming on the show. If you don't, yes, I can't wait. I bought t-shirts from Shalise. I can't wait to get bigger so I can put my big orders in, my bulk orders. And when she get big, that whole garage, nobody fit in the garage, because the garage is a big time.
Right. Look, I'm going for the building.
Look,
I'm going for the building.
Exactly.
She
got a warehouse.
Just wait on it. I'm gonna get a building. Okay.
You better say that. You better.
Y'all just hold on. It's coming. 2022.
With some grant money.
That part. Yes.
But no, I appreciate you being on, and again, congratulations on getting married.
Thank you.
I'll see you at the wedding reception, and just everything. I just love the beautiful journey that I've seen you gone through over these years, y'all. Another thing, guys, don't make sure, I know she talked about it, about networking. Really make sure. I have found so many beautiful people just through social media. Beautiful people. Now I don't know them. Sometimes some people are so beautiful online, but when you meet them in person, but seriously, a lot of times, there are a lot of great people online. I meet a lot of great people that I've just hopped on Zoom. We had a talk, about narcissistic people and just different things like that, and I've been with different things, a lady from my talk on Saturday, she actually went out and paid her debts off. And so that just warms my heart, because yes, that's what I'm about. That's what it is. And so this has been great. It is our hour. We talked for an hour. So look, it went so fast.
I know. I was like, "Ooh, it's already an hour."
Love the transformation, you guys. I put Shalise's information in the title, so it'll be there, and hopefully she'll share this on her page. And that's it. Remember, you can always find me at www.thecashflowcombo.com. And I want everybody to have a wonderful, hold on. Let me look in y'all. I want everybody to have a wonderful day, evening, whenever you're watching this broadcast. Peace and blessings to you.
Peace and blessings. Bye, y'all. Bye.